We're returning on the Crosman old versus new Spain made. Spain, oh geez. I missed some topics last time on it, comparing them head to head. Well, today, we're using the Hot Sun Flash. We're gonna send the 5-shot group down range, 75 feet. We're skipping the 50. We'll show you a 5-shot group on that. I got a very scientific way of checking the alloys in each one. As far as the melting point goes, you're gonna laugh, but I'll show you that. They're gonna shoot some clay, and I got some erasers. Got Mike and Ike hot tamales. Mike and Ike's. I'm gonna shoot into those and see if we can capture any pellets. Maybe do a side-by-side comparison on the old versus the new. And then for you number guys, we will send some through the chrono. I'll probably just do 2 or 3 shots of each. I don't predict there's going to be much of a difference as far as chrono numbers, but I got a suggestion for it. They wanted to see it, so I'm going to show it. Let's get loaded up, and I'll start shooting the groups first. So right off the bat, we got the new Crosmans loaded up. We're going to do, we'll do a 5-shot group, 75 feet. See what kind of picture we can paint on that. Hey, go dead center. That's not bad. 75 feet. And I didn't even sandbag it. It was just off a bipod, so I know I can tighten this up if I really wanted to, but I don't need to. That group, I'm happy with that. That's no issue for me. So, we will move on and shoot some more fun stuff. So now we got a block of red clay. I'm going to put an old one on the left, or we'll do a new one on the left and the old one on the right. And we'll see if there's any difference in expansion through the clay. So, this is the new Crosman. On the left. This is the old Crosman. On the right. From here, they look identical. So there's your up close on this. And to me, I mean, we could mic it, but to the eye, those are identical to me. I mean, there's nothing strikingly different between the two of them. Let's look at the exit. So the exits also look identical. But here's what's interesting, and I've already spun that around and got them for you, but I found both the pellets. They bounced off the wood once they went through the clay. So now we have an expansion that can show you, don't worry, we're still going to shoot the erasers. So check this out. Here is the old Crosman. I'll get it up here so you can see it. We got nice mushroom on that. Uniform. It's pretty nice. Here is the new one. Can you guys see that? Look at the difference side by side. The new one appears to be a softer lead. The expansion is definitely bigger on the new ones than it was on the old ones. That's interesting. The only thing to me would be it would be a softer lead. Now, the only thing that's going to change holes, which I figured it would be the same. There's only 3 things, unless I'm missing something here, and somebody can correct me, and I'm sure they will, because they usually do. But the speed of the projectile hitting the target, the weight of the projectile, and the compound of the material being fired should be the only 3 things that would change the expansion on the target. Maybe there's something else I'm missing. I'm not sure, but shot from the same rifle, that's the only 3 factors I can figure that would change. So, we got that. Let's set up the erasers, and then we'll do the chrono numbers. So we got 3 erasers. Anybody's guess on how many it'll go through. That's pretty thick and kind of hard. I don't know. I'm going to say it's probably going to stick in the middle, right in the middle. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see. All right, we got 2 loaded up. The first shot is going to be the original Crosman into the eraser, way on top, and then we'll put one of the new ones into the bottom.
I'll have to reset.
We are reset, firing the new Crosman into the bottom. How'd we do? Well, you can see we hit on the top and we hit on the bottom. It went through the first one, and surprise, I was wrong. Didn't even make it into the middle of the second one, but it is into the second one. And that actually makes a very good pellet catch. So, there is the new one. Once again, I'll put that on its side. Look at that expansion. Beautiful expansion. Let's look at the old one. Get pulled out of there. They're very close, but if you guys can see that, the new one definitely had better expansion than the old one. That tells me it has to be a softer lead. So, on to my highly scientific experiment to show each of the melting points on these. So this is my very, very scientific way of checking the melting on each of these pellets. Don't try this at home. This is very sophisticated. You just won't be able to wrap your mind around it. So I got this butane torch. I wanted to get a crucible, put a fire under it, put a timer above it, and with a digital infrared thermometer to actually see the melt point. I don't have none of that. I do have it at work, but I don't have it here. So we're going to use this highly strategic way of doing it. I'm going to light the lighter onto the left one, and we'll count, and then we'll do it again on the right side, and we'll count it and see if they match up before they start melting. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and it's melting. Give or take 3 seconds, and it melted. Now for the new ones. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. So about a full second longer. Wait, did I have this setting right? Was it new on the left and old on the right? Or right on the... Or new on the left and old on the right? I don't remember, but it doesn't really matter because that one took roughly 1 second longer to melt than that one. And the fire coming out of here is the same temperature. I held the same distance to each pellet. Trust me, I'm an expert. Last but not least, we're going to fire these through the chronograph. And to see, I don't think there's going to be much difference, but that's what we're going to check. And this is not a regulated PCP, so there's going to be a slight deviation between 4 shots. That's all right. I don't see a big change in it happen anyway. So as long as the sun doesn't mess with me, we might have to get back under the shelter for this. First stop is the old. They're recording. Okay. We're sat back up into the shade. See if we can get some numbers on here. 844.5. 836.4. Now on to the new ones. Come on, quit eating me. It's picking up shadows. If the wind would quit. Come on, wind. You got a video to make here. Help. 833.7. 829.7. So just as I thought. No difference in FPS other than the guns losing pressure on each shot. That's consistent enough for me.